So what's going on, guys? How are we doing? Look at that, microphone's actually working this time. Hey, starting off on a good start there. TGIF, welcome to Friday, guys. Hope you guys are doing okay out there. Things are good. Things are good here. Here we go. Let's start the day off, right? Oop, let me bring this up. There you go. Look at this. Bombing run right off the bat. There you go. All right. So, how you guys doing out there? Got distracted by a ton of stuff, so I didn't get too much headway on what you guys saw from Wednesday. A lot of it having to do with getting prepped for Comic-Con coming up in just a matter of weeks. But yeah, I worked on a new logo. I'm gonna get t-shirts printed up so I can wear at San Diego, so I had to do that. But yeah, I'm back at it today. I'm gonna work on the game for you guys, and feel free to say hello and talk about what you see. So for anyone just joining, this is a video game that is based on Tribbles from Star Trek. Yes, I managed to get the rights, not just making it for the fun of it. I'm actually legitimately making the game with the rights. So but I am working with a partner. I'm working with a gentleman who is co-owner, who is working with David Gerald, the original author of the screenplay, and we had discussions, and this is the game that we sort of agreed for me to create. So it's going to be sort of like a slightly more user-friendly version of like a Super Meat Boy kind of Spelunky sort of type game. But in case anyone hasn't seen it before, I'll give a quick playthrough here. You know what? Actually, let me unmute it so you can hear Mr. Tribble here. So, yes, you play as Lowly Tribble. And let me make sure we actually got audio playing here. Can't hear it. There he is. There's the Tribble. Alright. And you find yourself stuck at the core of a planet. You just got beamed down there because you got caught where you shouldn't have been. So you're going to find yourself trying to work your way out and get yourself up and out of the planet. So, and of course you're going to face these guys occasionally. They're Glommers, which came about in the animated series of Star Trek. The Glommers were actually created by the Klingons to genetically engineer to do one thing, and that's the Tribbles. So the Tribbles now have an arch enemy. So they're pretty casual. They're just going to be sort of like more of nuisance than actual hindrances, but here you go. Let him do attack on me. You know, get him. There you go. Squish him. So that is a Glommer. And so the rest of it is just kind of standard stuff. The green stuff here is supposed to represent the Quadrilaterale, so anyone that remembers Star Trek well enough, that's the stuff that it likes to eat. It is green, kind of a subjective choice just because it reads a bit better. Why it's green and not like yellow, like traditional wheat is, because when it gets beamed down, it changed. That's my story and I'm sticking to it, okay? But yeah, so you collect those, and what'll happen is as the game goes along, you'll find yourself getting power-ups, right? And the little QTC, as I like to call it, because it's easier, the QTC will allow you to power them back up, power your power-ups. So you'll be trying to collect that as much as possible. There'll also be gems that you'll be able to go into little bonus hidden rooms and cash those out to get those power-ups, as well as health things and things of that nature. So here's another Glommer here. And of course there's all this lava everywhere, and then if we look, come over here, we'll see that the lava does rise as you move upward. So there you go. So you can see as you keep progressing through the game, the lava kind of snaps up. Whoa, that's dope. Thanks, man. Welcome. Good to see you, man. Yeah, so this is, we're a little over what? I think I'm at the 2-month mark now. A little over 2 months. But yeah, all the art is being created by a very talented artist named Daniel Thomas, who's helping me out. And yeah, so it's going to be a nice little platformer. Liking the Furball and Monsters. Thanks. Yeah, well, Furball is a Tribble. I don't know if you heard that earlier. So it's a Tribble from the old Star Trek TV series. Legitimately got the rights to do it. I just did it for the fun of it. And the creature over there is a Glommer, which is, you know what? Actually, I should have this stuff handy, shouldn't I? Hold on one sec. Glommer Tribble images. There you go. So, yeah, this is basically what a Glommer looked like in the animated version of Star Trek. So I took that and came up with this guy, right? He looks a little red here, but I thought it was a little more orange, but I like this a bit better. Well, I mean, all the stuffed animals, basically. There you go. That's a better representation. So you can see the glamour, right? So that's what we had to work with, and this is actually what we came up with me and my very talented artist. You may notice the fact that he has these little teeth sticking out here, right? And you can see like these little holes, right? Those indentations. I had the teeth sticking out originally, but a couple of people, the early playtesters, were afraid to squish it because they thought the teeth would injure them. So now what happens, let me just move this back over here for a second. So what happens is the teeth only come out when he attacks you, right? So here, see how the teeth kind of pop in and out like that? There you go. And I'm dead. But just give me an example there. So, there you go. That's what we got so far. You like that? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, and he does, he does, when he sees you, he does like a little gasp. And then he charges. And then if he misses, he makes that little rumbling growl. There you go. And then a little scream when he gets squished. And I like the sounds he gives off. Thanks. Yeah, that's one of the things. You know, I mean, after making mobile games for a decade, is I really have a good supply of audio sound effects from a various range of places where I've purchased them over the years. So it's kind of fun to kind of go back and just find out what I have in my collection and what will fit well. Yeah, that's from a disc set that I bought ages ago. Oh, that's one of the things I want to fix too. I might tackle that first. Did I write that down? Let me jot that down. Stop walking when touching wall. Okay. Alright. But yeah, so it's kind of fun to dig through my collection. I might do that today if I burn through some of the animation stuff I want to fix up, because I still got a ton of sound effects that I need to add in. And I'm going to turn to my two favorite collections, which is I have the, let's see, there you go. One sec. Alright, so, there you go. I got the sound effects collection from the old Hanna-Barbera, so I got that one. And then I have the sound effects from Warner Brothers, which is better known as Looney Tunes. So, between those two alone give me a massive amount of the sound effects I like to use. And the added bonus is that you kind of, like, you know, subconsciously pick up on those sounds, kind of like, wait, I know those. Yeah, that's because we all watched those cartoons as kids. So it's kind of a double win, I think, because the recognition is there, right? And it just, I mean, almost adds like a little credibility to the game just by being being those recognizable sounds. There you go. Okay, so let me jump into this. If anyone's got any questions or anything, or wants to talk about this, offer their feedback, I'm all ears. But in the meantime, what I'm going to work on right now is something I noticed at the end of Wednesday. When he walks and he hits a wall, he just kind of keeps walking against it. I don't like that. So what we're going to do is do a check. Let me see, do I have player up here? I do player controller. Perfect. Alright. So, let's do this. I think we'll be under fixed update. Okay. We'll check our anim states. Falling, jumping, we don't need that. Idle, walking, or... what's the story of the furball guy? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I make the assumption that everyone knows. So, show you real quick. Tribbles. This is what they're famous for. We go images. So, in a super famous episode of Star Trek, known as The Trouble with Tribbles, and my game is called Tribbles, right? To play off of that. So, Tribbles are these cute little furry animals, right? That were brought onto the Enterprise. And they look all nice and cuddly, but the two issues with them is, number one, they like to eat this type of wheat that they all feed off of called quadritriticale, right? So they eat it, and they eat like incessantly. And two, their breed is actually born pregnant. So that's why you see so many of those little furballs around him, because they're born pregnant, they just massively multiply, right? So that was the original episode. Dates back to over 50 years ago. But this particular episode is actually a big fan for a big favorite of Star Trek fans. And so the situation is I have the rights to make a game based off just the Tribbles themselves. Not, unfortunately, nothing else in the Star Trek universe, which is a shame, but, you know, it is what it is. But so I have the rights to do a game on the Tribbles and the Glommers, as I was showing before, which is these guys, you know, which were created, there you go. So they're created for the animated series, right? For an episode called More Tribbles, More Troubles. That's sweet, man. Thanks, man. Well, it was 3 years in the making. It took me 3 years to actually lock down the rights to pull this off in the first place. But yeah, it's finally here, so now I get to plug away. And yeah, all the stuff is coming along nicely. I'm pretty happy with it. And my partner in crime, the gentleman who actually owns the rights, has seen the game and he's been happy with it so far, which obviously is key, right? I want to keep him happy big time. Yeah, so the premise for mine, of course, since I can't use the Enterprise, I can't use Kirk, Bones, Spock, I can't use those characters. But, and another side, too, is the Tribbles didn't just appear in the original Star Trek. They've actually appeared in 5 different Star Trek series, TV series, and 4 of the different movies, too. So, you know, even the most recent one, the Star Trek Discovery, the captain of the Discovery in the first season has a Tribble sitting on his desk in his office. So 50 years later, you know, you still got Tribbles floating around. But one sec here, let me double check this. All right, so but as I was saying, unfortunately I don't have rights to anything else Star Trek. So what I'm gonna do is they almost want to look like those in Blob, the furry criminals. Yeah. Alright, so the idea is that if you ever find a Tribble on your ship, you know, it's sort of like the equivalent of a really furry rat, because they like to eat all of your wheat, right? And that's what you basically feed the crew with, right? So the Tribble gets caught on a ship, right? A science vessel that's exploring a planet whose core is, a molten core is actually on the verge of expanding and consuming the planet. So when the captain finds out that this Tribble's on there, right, he yells and just says, beam him, you know, beam him where? Well, beam him into the core of the planet. Why not, right? Just as punishment. So, and because the Tribble is sort of intermixed with the Quadritriticale at the time, right, and they know this, but the captain doesn't care. So when the Tribble gets beamed down, the QTC gets beamed down with them, and that's why you're seeing all that QTC, the green stuff, appearing throughout, because it sort of got just dispersed as the Tribble is beamed down. So that's why the Tribble starts basically in the core of this planet, and you can see there's the lava right there, you know, and it progresses up. So every time you kind of move on, right? Ow, I missed. So let me come back and I'll squish him here. Boom. Now you see the lava's already moved up, right? So it's constantly rising. So it motivates you and your Tribble to keep moving upward to get out of there. Ultimately, there's going to be 4 different environments that you go through with new enemies that come about through each section. So there'll always be something new, and then each enemy will get progressively more challenging, right? More intelligent, better ways of attacking, that kind of stuff. So, the trouble indeed. Yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, so that's the premise of the game. And what I was working on is just to see if I can find a quick fix. So actually, all I really want to check out is walking. So let's see. So I got that for per. I can either redundantly check this here. Let me see how many different places I actually do this check. See if it's worth throwing out. No, that's the only place. All right. So I can either duplicate this purr check, excuse me, which decides how often the Tribble actually purrs, or I can just do an indication here to recheck to see if it's walking, so I can see if he's hitting a wall or not. Very, very unique game and not like copycats. Thanks, I appreciate that. Well, I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, there's definitely some influence from, you know, Spelunky and Super Meat Boy. But, I mean, hopefully I'm taking my own path from that. You know, I'm branching off, touching on some of those features, but still making it unique. And the key thing is that I think both Spelunky and Super Meat Boy are fantastic games, but they're also insanely hard, right? Excuse me. And since I'm using this kind of famous intellectual property, I want it to be more accessible. So my game is going to be sort of dialed down a bit, you know. But thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd like to think I'm not just making a clone, but you know. But yeah, thanks. Okay, so I guess what I should do is, let's see. I like the anti-gravity vibes it has. It makes perfect sense for animal to be like that on a planet. Well, that's true. And then excuse me, the wall hang. The nice thing is that if you look at any of the TV series or even the animated series, right? There's times where you find that the Tribbles just hanging on a wall like a spider, right? Just glued to the wall and just, you know, purring occasionally, just twitching like that, right? So, yeah, the wall hang I think is totally viable. And then, yeah, as for the gravity stuff, that's mainly driven... sorry, my canine alarm system is going off. Ripley, thank you. But that totally threw me off. So the gravity. But I mean, it's primarily just driven by how I want the game to play. But yeah, I can always sort of explain it away by saying it's the gravitational pull of the planet. So I mean, that explains why he can have some really nice airtime. But yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate the feedback. I'm glad it gets a thumbs up. All right. So then let's do a check. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll just do it this way. I'll leave this intact, and then I'll do a check here, and I'll say, let's see, what are we doing here? Yeah, if anim state does equal walking. Oh shoot, yeah, that's right. Alright, so what we're going to do is just make sure if he's walking, and then we'll do a detection here and see if he's touching any walls. And if he's touching any side walls, then we're going to tell him to stop the walking animation. And we'll just force him to go into idle. That should fix it. Oh shoot, what is, I know I have a check in here somewhere. Unless I have it in character jump. Okay, it's state. Is colliding above. There it is. That's what I want. There's what I want. Okay. Is colliding. Yeah. So we're going to do a detection here and see if he is doing a walking, and then we'll say, and if he's contacting left or right. Let's see. I'm trying to think how much I want to wrap. I mean, this is a bunch of ifs in here. I mean, it's a very specific check, because we got to decide if he's in the walking state, if he's also contacting a left or right side, and the anim is playing. Anim state is walking. Well, I guess if he's walking, then I guess that should be idle. That would be correct anyways. So that should change it. Okay, so then I think that's the only check I have to do. So we'll say idle, crossfade into idle. Porque, well, you know, there it is. All right. Really? Why are you wigging out of me? Why'd you add a second one, jerk? Alright, so then, there you go. So then, if we're walking, we're hitting a wall, right? Then we want it just to go back into idle state for the animation. In terms of time, I think I'd make it pretty quick, because he's going to bump it. So, I'm going to start with 05, which is just a couple of frames. Alright. Did I save that? I did. Alright, let's see if that fixes it. So if you remember, when he walks into a wall, he just kind of like keeps walking like he's gonna keep walking on the wall. But there it is. It's not okay. You know what? Take it back. I think I want to delay it and go into it slower because that it's just like it looks like a snap. So we'll do a fifth of a second. Yeah, even that still. If. I might have to do a specific animation here. Yeah, you know what? I think I might just do a specific animation where it's like he like kind of impacts into the wall, right? Because just hitting there, I hate that. I hate when games do that, right? When it just walks and boom, stops instantly. You know, it just breaks all laws of physics, right? There's no inertia there. It's just boom, stop. So okay, so that's working, but I'm gonna have to create a new animation of. I think I'll just call it hit wall. Alright, let's do that. So let's bounce over to Maya. And I was going to work on him, the Glommer, for a squish. I'm going to do some variations of the squish, but I'm going to come back to that since I'm working on the Tribble for the moment. So let's go back up a couple directories. Let's go to Tribble. And I guess I could just start with idle. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so let's name this a new scene file. We'll call it Tribble hit wall. And I might actually be able to use this too for when he's jumping into the wall. Well, we'll start with the walk. We'll see how it looks. And then maybe have it go into the idle. Let's see. Tribble hit wall. So, in the meantime, what's going on with you guys? What's new out there? Anything exciting? You want to go see Toy Story 4 yet? I'd like to go see it, but I'm not sure if I can make the time. I got so much to do on my to-do list before San Diego Comic-Con. And let's see, let's do a day check. This is going to scare me. Yeah, I got to leave on the 15th. And where are we? So I got 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, 23, 24. I only got 24 days left before I have to pack up and head to San Diego. Which, I mean, it sounds like a lot of time, but I still got a lot that I got to take care of. Alright. So let's start with clearing out some keyframes here. Delete. Alright. And then, so the idea here is that he's smacking the wall. And I'm going to push it big, and then I can just dial it down if it looks like it's too much. But, and then the idea, I think, was that this side would be pretty much stationary. Let's see. I want to do this. I think I might. Yeah, okay. Here's what we do. Go delete. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then like, boom. Oh, should I have him go like boom? I wonder if I should like. That might be too much to have him like hit the wall and kind of bounce off of it like that, because he's not. The walk isn't that fast, so I think I might just have a hit. Boom. Make it fast, and then come back to his original spot in a slower sense. So. Yeah, I guess, you know what? I could do something here. Let's see. Let's see. This one, boom. He hits. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bounce in here. It'd just be a nice animation. There. Let's see. Alright, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, you know, I think, let's see, if he hits the wall, can do that. I think that's probably going to be too much. So let me dial down his X motion there. Ow. Come on. Pay attention. Windows. Graph editor. There it is. Alright, so we just jump over here to X. So this is kind of cool, but let me fix this one first. Like so. Alright. And then, while I like that, I think I overdid the amount there. Alright. Make it more subtle. Okay. And then what I can do to totally sell it is, boom, like really lean into it. Alright, that's a little much. Right idea, but too much. So, not so much there. And dial that back as well. Yeah. There he goes. Alright. So when he's walking and he smacks a wall, it'll do that, and then... So that's the first part of it. But now I'm gonna, like, mess with the fur tufts here to really sell it. I mean, that by itself, that's an okay motion. You know, if it's something that I do like down and dirty as a proof of concept, just so I could get approval. If I was like had a boss besides myself, so I can ask myself, yeah. Then I would probably show this for initial, just to say, does the timing and the speed and the weight, does that feel correct? And then if I get a sign off on that, then I would actually go to the next step, which I'm gonna do now. So, and then I think what I'll do is I'll start with the outside edge here. If I can select it, there it is. And this is a major no-no. I'm actually animating the original geometry pieces, which traditionally in Maya you never do. This is not a proper rig, but because it's just me, and because I'm bringing this in and I'm laying sprites in Unity on top of it and doing parenting, I'm just sort of doing it very down and dirty. But this is not the way you do this. But I'm the only person working on it, so I'm allowing it. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. 3. So, there you go. In the meantime, here you go, guys. Have some bombs. Okay, so, and then what I want to do here is I need these fur tufts to just, like, boom, to compress, to really convey the fact that he's impacting into that wall. So, let's do it that way. Oh, we can have a couple of these too. I'm going to have to really push here. There. Yeah, you can already see here. So, here's the wall, and you can see that tuft getting pushed in there. So, that's a good start. And we'll start with him. Hey! Down and dirty is how you like it. Nice! Shows up with some cheer. Check it out. Blow this down. Welcome, buddy. Thank you much. Thanks, man. Look at that. 132 total. Dude, you own it. You own me. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you, man. Oh, so that's not the right one. There he is. That's the one I want. This guy. So he's gonna go squish. Had to drop it when you dropped those bombs. Nice. Is that how it works? I shook those bits loose with the bombing raid. Nice. Uh-oh, here he goes. Booshed. There he goes. Nice. That is your signature move, man. That is absolutely your signature move there. Alright, and this one, I think, so the fun part is the left half of this guy, right, is going to go flat against this wall, and then like the right half in the center is going to kind of squish in there for a second. Signature move. There you go. Yeah. So, boom. Yeah, so there you go. So this, you can see how I'm already getting like, and I may push a little further, but you can see how this left half here is already starting to squish, right? So, and then I can squish this. I don't want to go too far because, I mean, he's not walking that fast. I want to make sure that it doesn't look overdone. Could make a game look like kind of cartoony with how squishy it is. Are you talking about mine? How squishy? Yeah, well, I'm definitely all about the, I mean, well, just the aesthetic itself is definitely cartoony, for sure. You know, and I love the squash and stretch. You know, I always push it too far. I mean, I talked about that before, too. I mean, I don't know if you were probably around before, but, let me type that in English. No, what, I still understood, right? So what does that say about me? But yeah, I'm always big. Whenever I do animation projects, I always push it way too far and get scolded and have to dial it back. You know, I mean, most recently when I got to work on the third and final, you know, moment of silence there. The third and final season of Santa Clarita Diet with Mr. Ball Legs, right? I was constantly going too far, you know, and I just seeing how far they let me take it before they say, yeah, that's a little too much acting, you know. So I'm always big on that. All right. I always go as far as possible with cartoony stretching and warping and such. I agree. I mean, I've said it before, you know, go too far, because I think it's so much easier to dial it back, right, than it is to have a subtle animation and try and then add more stuff on top of it. So, yeah. And I just generally think it's cooler, you know. That's the animator. Typical animator just really wants to go nuts with it, man. I mean, I had that ages ago when I did what was it, Transformers War for Cybertron video game. I was constantly getting notes going, no, less motion. You know, I was like, come on, man, come on. This style is always nice, adds character. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. Yeah. You know, and especially in a situation like this when it's a 2D sprite, any opportunity you have to sort of like show the separation and the motion, I think really helps kind of sell the character and also sell, you know, and sort of imply that it's not 2D, right? So I think that's always a win-win. I concur. But yeah, I've seen the stuff you've done, and I mean, yeah, you do the same thing too. Like with you had the, I think it was like a rat character. I just saw you post recently, and that's cool. I mean, just the way you're doing the quasi fake rotation stuff to really help sell it as sort of like a 3D motion, which, you know, I totally dig, man. Look good. It looked good. All right. Let's see if I'm going too far. Yeah, and this is gonna be kind of cool. So he's gonna like hit, and it may be too much. I may have to come back and dial it down. We'll have to see what it looks like in context of him walking in a wall. Or this may be something I might be able to use this if he's doing a jump, so he's like more acceleration. So I may, even if I don't use this for a walk impact, I may just have to dial it down for the walk, but I still might recycle this and use it for that. So let's see. He hasn't moved yet. Squish him here. Boom. Yeah. Boom. And then kind of let it all kind of pop out here. Oh, excuse me. That was rude. Alright, let me see. I'm gonna just cheat and do this all on the keys. And I can spread out later if I want to, but right now I'm just gonna let the main driving locator kind of dictate where I put all these other keys, which is generally a no-no for animation, but I'm gonna let it slide. It's good to be the king. Alright, so boom, and then this would start going like this, and then what I'm gonna do is, so I do the impact in for that first one, and then rather than have it snap back in terms of width, I'm gonna kind of go in height, I think, so it'd be like poof, right? And see if I can get, you know, go from the squash to the stretch, and then do a stretch on the landing, and then pop back into place. That's the objective here, and we'll see if it works. I can let it start spacing out a little bit. So stretch it up and over, back and to the left, like so. And then this one just start to come out a little bit. Actually more than that, I guess, because I want it to sort of stick like that. Check this. Oh. Alright. Let's see. Impacts. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna squish this one down a little bit more too, because he's kind of stepping on the, oops, wrong one. This guy. There he goes. He's kind of stepping on the toes of him. So, shrink him down. There it is. Okay. Squish, stretch, stick. Okay, he's gonna come out a little bit like that, like that. Merlin! Hey, welcome back, man. Long time no see. How are you doing? Finally able to quickly drop by before sleeping. Doing well, man. Working on the next game, which I've actually publicly announced now. So I don't know how much you know about Star Trek, but what you see in front of you is a cartoon version of a Tribble. I have the rights to make a video game, unfortunately, not Star Trek at all, but I have rights to make a video game based on Tribbles. So that is what I'm doing now, and just work on some animation for this guy. Right now, this is the idea of when he walks into a wall and kind of like knocks himself back a little bit. But Merlin, man, how you been? What's going on with you, buddy? What is new? Tell me briefly. That's awesome. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. It's a long haul, man. I've been trying to wrangle the owners for 3 years to give me permission to do this and do a partnership, and it finally came about. That was one of the couple reasons I went to E3 this year, was to go there and actually finalize the contract agreement, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, totally jazzed, man. I'm really excited about this. Let's see. Where am I at here? Go 6. Yeah. So, push him up. I think I already did. So, here you go. Push him. Right out a little bit. I've been really busy with school, waiting for my results to see if I'll get my bachelor degree. Oh, nerve-wracking. Good luck, man. I'm sure you ace it, but yeah, I feel for you. It's been a long time since I had to worry about that stuff. A long time. I haven't feared that for a long time, but I do remember, man. Need to wait 1 more week. Oh, yeah. And I've referenced this before, but I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Top Secret with Val Kilmer, right? But I love this one scene because it is so true, man. I mean, I know that years after I graduated from college, right, I would still wake up in the middle of the night kind of going, exam, right? So there's a scene with Val Kilmer where he gets caught by the Nazis, right? In his period piece, right? Comedy. He gets caught by the Nazis, and they're torturing him, right? They've got him all chained up, and they're whipping him, right? And he kind of like does the head roll, and he loses consciousness, right? And then it does like the little doo-doo-doo kind of thing, and then we appear in a school hallway, right? And then Val Kilmer's walking down the hallway in kind of slow motion. He walks up to this guy, and then he walks up to him and he says, "What's going on?" And the guy turns to Val and he goes, "What? It's finals today. Didn't you study?" And Val looks at the camera and goes, "No!" Right? And then it like fades back, and he's back there getting tortured by the Nazis. He looks around and he goes, so yeah. So yeah, he'd rather be tortured by Nazis than have to worry about missing an exam, right? So yeah, dude, that stuff, man. Oh yeah, that stayed with me for a while. But best luck, man. I hope that goes well for you. But yeah, I mean, that's got to be pins and needles if you're having to wait for a week to get that official response. Thanks, yeah. Yeah, I had a weird situation from mine was the fact that, so I actually graduated with a degree in film production because, well, mine was so long ago, computers didn't exist. Okay, they existed, but, not in their current form. So I actually went to school for film, and I pretty much didn't realize that I covered all the classes I needed to. So it wasn't until I sat down and did the math and went, I'm one Spanish class away from getting my degree. So my last, it was kind of anticlimactic. My last class was simply just taking Spanish, which I managed to pass. So there you go. Good luck with your new project. Thanks, man. Thank you much. Here, I'll give you a quick look if you want to see. Sorry for everyone else that's seen this a couple of times, but so after talking with the IP owners and doing an agreement, they wanted something very simple in scope. I want to do something way over the top, but what they wanted was more like a, just kind of an arcade-ish type game. So what I'm doing is sort of like a simplified version of sort of like a Super Meat Boy or a Spelunky kind of thing. So your Tribble finds himself, he gets beamed into the center of a planet, and he's trying to avoid the rising lava, right? and then faces off against these guys here in a second. These are called Glommers. And the Glommers were actually introduced in the animated series of Star Trek. So that's the only two things I get to use is Tribbles and Glommers. And you can squish them and work your way up. And then you're collecting the green stuff, which is the food he basically eats. So that collecting the food will basically get you, it'll help re-energize your power-ups if you have any kind of power-up at the time. And there'll be gems as well that come along, and you collect the gems to trade in to get the power-ups and stuff like that, and health, and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, early stages. I mean, at this point, I'm right around the 2-month mark, but still got a long way to go. But so far, it's coming together pretty nicely. The animations are so smooth. Also, kudos to the art. Thanks. Well, okay, I can take. Thank you for the animation. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's very kind. For the art, yeah, that is because I use an incredibly talented artist named Daniel Thomas, who I've worked with on and off for a decade now, and thankfully, all the freelance animation work I've had lately has enabled me to go back to him and hire him to do this. So this is all his work. All the art stuff, that's all him. And it's just beautiful, man. So that I will not take any credit for. But the animation, thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's fun because this is actually my first video game that is pure 2D. So it's been a kind of fun experience because all my stuff before has been true 3D. So it's been fun to sort of like experiment with trying to fake that 3D look. Perfect combo. Thanks, yeah. Yeah, he's absolutely fantastic. There's still a bunch of things I need to tweak. I mean, one that's still glaring to me is the volcano right now. Right now I'm just doing a scale jitter kind of thing. I want to do something so it's just the top edge so the base stays stationary. But that's a minor tweak. That's something that I can deal with later on, I think. But, oh, almost got hit there. But yeah, it's he's an absolutely fantastic artist, so I'm thrilled anytime I get to bring him on board, you know. And there's gonna be 4 different environments that you work your way through, and he's already done the concept art for 2 of the remaining 3, and then he's gonna do the tile stuff for that as well. And totally excited, man. Really looking forward to it. But yeah, and that's the gist of it. There'll be these little hidden sections that'll come up here like that, and they this is all going to crumble away, of course. You know, reveal this section, and then there'll be like more stuff to collect, and there'll be hidden rooms that allow you to go to you know, rooms with traders, so you can trade in the gems that you collect for power-ups and more health and that kind of stuff, the usual kind of stuff. By the way, how's your other game doing? So I'm working on this game. No. It's doing okay. It's doing okay. I mean, the good news is the people that like it, you know, the people that play it are really enjoying it, right? So that's the good news. The bad news is it's not getting the traction that I'd like. So that's always a challenge. I'm looking forward to coming back and adding some new bells and whistles and stuff to sort of like spur on more downloads. And I haven't really made too much effort to you know, to get the downloads, mainly just because once I actually got the green light to work on this game, I was just insanely excited to sort of shift over to this, you know, whereas, you know, I still believe in Valley Village, but I just believe that making a video game with a very famous intellectual property is a hard thing not to just throw yourself at, right? Like a hungry dog seeing a rabid hungry dog seeing a bone just waiting for him, you know. But yeah, thanks for asking, man. You know, it could be better, could be worse, you know. I mean, it's not gonna appear on the top list of anything anytime soon, but hopefully with time I'll be able to you know, do some tweaks and do some upgrades and things like that to get more people on board for it. Of course, but good to hear it's doing okay, better than being bad. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, I mean, strange as it sounds, I'd rather have a game that doesn't necessarily get as many downloads but gets better reviews than a game that gets a ton of downloads but everyone just completely eviscerates, right? Just totally destroys, you know, a la, you know, Star Wars, the last Star Wars game with the loot box, you know, fiasco, right? You know, you made a great game but everyone hates you for it. You know, so yeah, that's sort of like my silver lining, at least the way I look at it. But yeah, thanks, man, I appreciate that. So But yeah, so what I'm working on right now was, I don't know if there's one point where I show where he's walking into a wall and he just kind of stops dead. So I'm gonna tweak that. Yeah, so he hits. There you go. So he's gonna impact and then kind of come off of this. Definitely push these up at the top. Help really sell the whole squash and stretch stuff here. Like so. And as I mentioned, this thing is incredibly poorly rigged. If I was hired to do animation on a job and a rigger handed me this character, I would say, no, you're not done. Go back and fix it. But because it's just me, I'm just letting it slide. Alright. Yep, that's pretty good. Oops, I don't want to push him up too much. I want this more to be the stretch stuff and less about the translation. Alright. Yeah, so it goes boom. Like that, right. I don't think he's doing anything yet, if I can select him. Oh, he is. Alright, let me push him more. How about you? No, he's doing it too. Okay, we're going to push him more as well. Bounce. Just to really emphasize it, I'm going to shrink them down a little bit, I think. Alright, well, I'm off to bed. I need to wake up early tomorrow. Happy I could quickly catch up to hopefully, I'll hop by another time soon. Thanks, man. Merlin, great to see you again. I'm glad, yeah, I'm glad you caught me, and I'm glad you took the time. But, yeah, get yourself to bed. Get some sleep. But thanks, man. Hope you can come around soon again. And I'll keep you posted and tell you eventually on the other stuff I'm also working on. Because I don't have enough irons in the fire. But thanks, man. Have yourself a great weekend. And final time, good luck with the school stuff, man. I hope that turns out great for you. Boom. Bounce up. I think that one can come off a little bit like that, maybe. There you go. Okay, that's good enough right now. Let's move on to our next. Alright, so then he comes here, comes down. Boom. Starts to impact. And then overshoot and recover. Let's see how far I want to push this. Okay, so this one I think what I'm going to do is keep most of this stretch going. But just have kind of the rotation go off of this. Alright, see ya. Thanks and good luck with the project. Feels like this might become a banger. Dude, from your mouth to God's ears. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. You never know, you know. You never know which one is going to blow up and which one is going to not. But thanks, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, there you go. So this is what I'm talking about. So I'm leaving the stretch, right? So here, he's down, stretches really high, leaving the stretch, but just kind of letting it, the weight kind of drag behind. And then the next frame, I'll kind of squish it back down and then snap it back into place. So I'll let these guys. So yeah, this is just almost equivalent of secondary motion, just done in a very dirty fashion. You know, because you have like the base of it pushing on, but these guys are kind of lagging behind, kind of like a ponytail would do or something like that. Yeah, let me push these more. Boom, boom. Push them over this way just to get a good contrast. Ooh, okay, too much. There it is. Alright, he's good. This guy. Boom. That. Hits. Staggers back. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I might change my mind here. No. You know what? I'll leave it like this, but I may revisit that. I may want to have them start to... Okay. Scale down at that point. We'll see. I'll do a quick scale here. Right? And then he finishes at 15. So, let's see how this looks. So, by 15, he should be back to his original state. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, crap. Okay. Nope. I kind of went too far, so... Yikes. Alright. No, I got a lot more. Alright, that's got to be a big move. Alright, so these guys have to start moving downward. Impacts. Yeah, okay, I do have to let the scale start to come down at this point as it's dropping over. Okay, yeah, that might work. One sec. Okay. So he hits, comes back down and settles. Alright, so this one guy at the top here is going to be sort of my benchmark, my reference, to let the other ones all follow suit. Alright. So it's 9, 12. So I'm just doing on threes right now for the most part. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm just doing all on threes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oops, wrong one. There he is. Yeah, I want to try and start with the outside, and then the inside should be easier to have it follow suit. Oh. Let's see, down. And then back to 15, and he's back where he should be. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. It looks like crap right now, but I think these two guys indicate the right direction. I just got to do it to all the different pieces of fur. Let it all match up. 1, 2, 3. And he needs to rotate. I'm going to push him a little further just so it doesn't look like he's glued. Or no, you know what? I'll go the other direction. Ooh, there, like that. At this point, he's going to come way down. And then he settles back to his original spot. Alright, he's doing a big overshoot, but that might be okay. You know what? I might even do this guy a little further. Oh, no, that's too much. That was a little much on him. He looks a little snappy. Whoa. I didn't select him. There he is. Yeah. It's a good idea, but it's just too much snap there. Yeah, and now the problem here is that they're all looking unison, like they're all the same one. So I gotta get a little separation here. What I can do is just by adding some variation so they move a little differently. Still not. Nope, that might have been the wrong direction. Maybe I should just let him stay higher. Maybe instead of having a bounce, he does a settle? No, that's bad too. Nope, nope. Alright, I gotta do it by rotation offset, I think, just to separate these guys. Yeah, something like that. There it is. There. I mean, it's subtle. I don't even know if it registers for you guys, but the key thing is just having these guys look like they're all moving independently, and they're not just all attached as one object. So just by letting this piece right here, right there, see that gap that comes between them, you know, if you see it at speed, there, you know, and they kind of come together at the end. So just a nice little bit of separation there. That's what I was shooting for. And then this one I can start playing with. Alright, bring him way down just to completely separate it. Oh, this should be fun. Really squish him down. And then back to 15. Yeah, so he hopefully gets some overshoot and it doesn't look too snappy. Oh, no it does. Crap. Alright, it was a nice idea, but in typical form I pushed it too far. Alright, see if I can get away with the rotation and still have that scale. Nope, nope, I can't do it. Still too snappy. Alright, so I won't scale him down as much, but I'm going to see if I can rotate him more. No, crap. close, but I think the scale is still a little too extreme. So, nah. Boom, boom. Maybe I could rotate him and that'll... There it is. There it is. So yeah, just by rotating him back. It looks a little glued to him. There it is. So yeah, there's just a... When it pinches down here at the end, they kind of get closer together and then they separate out. It's subtle, but there's a little bit of a separation. So... Like I said, a key thing is I just want to make them look like they're not doing this, right? You know, I want that, you know, more subtle, but that's what I'm shooting for here. Alright, so we're up to 12. Squishing down. Oh, no. I definitely want to come up here. Maybe go beyond what he's doing up here. More squash and stretch. Much more so, just to separate him. And then rotate him over. Like that. And at 15, he comes back to there. Let's see what that looks like. Nope. Nice idea, but too much. I went too far. Let's see, I could try and do a little bit of a curved loop here so it kind of circles back to it. No, that looks terrible. It was an idea and it sucked. Alright, so I think what happened here is we're rotating too quickly to the end point. Oof. I think the scale is also an issue here. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. I think once I get the other pieces around it, right now it looks a little jarring, but that's just because I think the other pieces around it are all stationary. Oh crap. There he is. Okay. Alright, so let's start messing with this guy. Oh, let me hit Control S. I got autosave on, but I never trust autosave. So Control S just to save my progress. Because I hate losing work. The only thing I hate that, man. When you realize you've lost it and you have to go back and replicate it, that's the worst, man. I mean, it's like Groundhog Day, where you're animating the same thing. I mean, sometimes you do it better, but it still doesn't change the fact that I don't want to go back and do it again. Alright, so I'm going to try and come this way with it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that might work. That's kind of cool. Alright. We get this piece that's sticking out like a sore thumb at the moment. Alright, so it needs to come way up. Oh, shoot. Not yet. Key that first. There you go. So I have a key on that scale there. So I know some animators like to work, they only key the axes or the thing they were messing with, right? So if they're messing with translation, they'll just key the translate on all the frames they're messing with. But I'm a big fan of just keying everything, because I will find myself forgetting which ones I have tweaked in terms of translation, rotation, or scale, and then I'll get like this drift, you know, over the range of frames. So I'm a big fan of just hitting. I have it configured now, my little control over here, that I hit the top keys and it just keyframes the crap out of all of it. I'd rather go back and tweak sections that I have to revise, but have keys on everything. It's just, to me, it's cleaner and works faster that way, but to each their own. It's just what works for me. 2, 3. way down. Maybe just see if I can cheat him up. Oh, excuse me. Okay. And then come back to 15 again. Oh. Loop him back in. How about that? No, it's just doing a ping pong. Bounce, bounce. Alright, so nope. That was a nice idea, but no. There it is. Yeah, I had the scale kind of ping ponging there, so it was doing like that, you know, which didn't look as good. I guess it'd be a bounce, not a ping pong, but alright, I want to push it. Still not totally happy with it yet. Let me do a little more play. There it is. Alright, I can live with that. Alright, so that's about 2/3 of him so far. Oh, this poor guy got buried. Forgot about him altogether. Really squish him in. Gotta do the same for him too. Yeah. Alright. So let's mess with scale, send him up, overload it. Alright, some of these guys are going to get lost in the shuffle, but just what I'm shooting for is just to try and keep him. Oh, yeah. Like I was talking about before, I just want him to not look like he's glued to the other pieces around him. Alright. I think he's going to require some tweaking. I think he's going to pop. Yeah, he's definitely popping, so he's into him here. Yeah, he's just drifting. That's terrible. That's better. Let's see. Yeah, there he goes. Alright, I think he's smacking a little too hard. Right there. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Alright. I hope this looks good in the walk. But I can probably definitely recycle this with a little bit of tweaking in the jump into a wall cling, if nothing else. Let me mess with this one first. He's more in the center and it'll be a good guide for the other guys on the bottom here. Rotate him out, back, 9. Got a little more to play with here. Alright, come back to 15 again. Ooh, snapping down a little much there. Alright, let him trail a little bit. There. Yeah, boom. That works. So I'm just looking at that piece right there, and then I'll have to adjust the ones around it, but yep, I think that's a good guide for me now. Alright, see if I can separate him. There it goes. So they don't look too glued. Oh, 15, so he needs to start rotating back here. And then back to his final spot. Not quite. Like that. Boom. There it is. Yeah, cool. So it's kind of it's hard to pick up maybe, but this piece sort of feels like it just hits the wall, which I mean, Normally it's a bad thing animation, but in this case he's literally hitting a wall, so this piece just feels like it impacts and then kind of springs off of it, which is exactly what I was shooting for there. So that's good. Control S that puppy. Let's see, who's this guy? Yeah, this one? Alright. Yeah, and like you see my scale controls here are like at an angle versus the thing. So once again, that's just a failure on my part to properly rig this. It's ugly. But it's good enough. I think I just did it because I wanted to at least drop in some temp animation for just a test, but I was going, you know what, this works good enough. Don't waste time rigging it if you can make this work. But yeah, if I tried to hand this to any other animator, they would not be happy. They would let me know about it for sure. Us animators are always prima donnas anyways. Let's see. Hits. Oh yeah, he's got to definitely come off there. And he's got to shrink down a bit. 9. Down to 12. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we're way off. See if I can overshoot him, have him recover. See if this will work. Definitely have to have him get closer to that point. Let's see, that might work. Yeah. It's a little snappy, but I think... Let's see. Yeah. Let me try it this way. So he still rotates into it, but the scale kind of does that dip. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's hard to tell just because the other piece is still just dead right now. Alright. Get this guy moving. So, I think I'll cheat his translation. And then he's back to 15, back to original pose. Oops, alright. And a little poppy there. A little ping-pongy. Maybe not so much of an overshoot. Yeah, there he goes. Overshoot's okay, the ping-pong's okay, just as long as it's not that obvious. Alright, so now I gotta do this guy because he's just terrible right now. 9, 12. Alright, and start to rise back up. Back up to 15. Ooh. Alright, so he needs to come out more here. Settle to there. Whoa, that's still a big chunk. There. There it is. Eh, you know what? That's too subtle. I can go bigger than that, I think. Yeah. Alright, and then there's a gap, and what I can do is just cheat this guy down. So, yeah, perfect. There he goes. Check it out. There, nice little separation there, and it feels like independent. That's the key thing. All right, we still got the outside edge pieces here, which aren't doing much of anything yet. So let's fix these guys. Leave him tucked in because he's impacting. That's good. Look at that. It feels like he's hitting something right here. That's what I was shooting for. So branch him out a little bit here. We won't translate it. We can't translate him since he's he's fixed on the base here. But we can mess with his scale. Let's see if I can just let him do this arc where he stays up, scaled up high. And then settles. Oh shoot, nope. He's way down here. That might work. Ooh, nope. That's a little poppy. Let's see. So I can choose one or the other. I can either mess with the scale overshoot or the translation overshoot, but I can't do both. Ooh, that's bad. Alright, so the scale's not doing much for me. No. Maybe I just need to get to that point. Okay, here. I think if I adjust this here. There it is. Yeah, I just had to do the earlier frame to sort of smooth that out. Alright, so this guy's looking a little funky to me. I think this is the one that's bugging me. He's kind of jumping to that point. There. Okay, I think that might work. We'll see. Alright, so that's just 15, so let me drop my frame range down to 15. Control S, select these bad boys. And let's export it, drop it into Unity, and see if it works or not. Tribble, call it hit wall. Yeah, because if he's doing the jump, I might call that grab wall. So this is just hit wall. So we'll try that. Alright. Oh, wait. Did I just export it to the right place? Let's see. I did. Sweet. So if we jump into Unity, it's going to think about it for a second. Or maybe not. Wait a second. Documents, Tribbles, animation. Yeah. Wow. It didn't do the little spinny wheel. So I thought for a second it didn't actually move over, but I guess it did. Let's see. Hit wall. There it is. Good, good. Alright, so we need to change the scale factor to 50. Long story. You never know which one works. I mean, everyone's got their own measurements, but there's a bit of trial and error to make it fit, but that's what I got now. Okay, so take this bad boy, go duplicate, and we will call this hit wall. Let's go into animator. We'll drop him in here. Alright, I'm going to move over to this side because, you know what, actually move walking down. Because the idea is that hit wall, after he finishes, he'll go directly into idle. So we'll say there, and then we don't need any kind of transition point, so I'm just going to drop that to 0. Excuse me. So don't need any crossfade or anything there. Alright. So in theory, that should be good enough. So what we need to do is say if he hit wall, hit wall, and then we'll just say like 1/10 of a second. We'll start with that and see how the animation plays. Alright, let's see if I screwed this up or not. Anytime, buddy. Come on. Alright, here we go. Whoa. Oh. Okay, I think what's happening is it keeps kicking it off. Okay, so I need to detect if I've already done that. If he's still walking. So wait, idle. Okay. So I need. Let's see, do I have idle triggering? No. Okay, so I gotta figure out some way to. So when I played the idle animation, it went into the idle animation and didn't come out. But with the hit wall, so if I do it this way, yeah, he just hits and stays. Alright, so maybe it's because the anim state. Let's try this. Kind of a hack approach, but we'll see if this works. We'll switch anim state is equal to idle. Oops, don't need double there. So if we tell the anim state he's in idle mode, hopefully that will override the ability for him yeah. Let's see if that does it. Nope. He's just twitching like he's getting electrocuted. That's not good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so then how about this? I'll do that in preparation. I'll throw up a flag here, I guess. We'll try it this way. We'll say hit wall is a bool. False. Alright. And then when we go into here, so that doesn't work. That doesn't work. We'll say hit wall equals true. If not hit wall, then we should do a check. Alright, so this is bad. I've got like a 3 deep if then else. I guess, okay, I could just throw it up in here, couldn't I? And we haven't hit wall. Oops. There. So now I'm down to 2. Not as bad. I mean, I could check all 3 at the same time, but it just seems like that's kind of the overkill. I mean, this is going to knock it out most of the time anyways. It's going to hit one of these and bypass it, so... Alright. Oh yeah, we haven't hit wall. Crap. But then I need to check. Okay, so we have a hit wall. We're hitting hit wall. Okay, yeah, no, that is correct. Equals false. There. So that'll turn it off. So if we hit the wall, but then we come off of it walking, then the hit wall flag can go back to false again. Alright. Oh, wait. No, but it's always going to see that, isn't it? Okay. Crap. Okay, I do need this down here, don't I? I'm not going to avoid getting too many ifs then else in here. Hit wall. Right, if we are hitting if we're not hitting the hit wall, we'll do it this way. If we're not hitting it, but we need to, there. If we aren't hitting the hit wall, but we should be, then do it. But if we are hitting it, and this isn't the case, if We're not colliding left. And we're not colliding right. That means we're not touching any wall anymore. So we need to stop the hit wall. Ooh. Put that to false. There. Alright, that's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, it's 3 deep, but I don't see any other way of testing in a more simplified fashion. Yeah, I can revisit it, I guess, but okay. Let's see how that works. Here we go. Whoa. Alright, yeah. For one thing, it takes too long. Alright, so, tell you what, we're going to reduce this to 0.05. Because the impact is taking too long to go into it, so it's looking like a weird pop. So, it's, even that still, that's not terrible. I may have to push it sooner, though. Alright, I'm just gonna say crossfade 0. I mean, I know it's a, let's see. But a pop might actually be a good thing here. Yeah, you know what? I don't need a crossfade, I just need to play it. Yeah, that should be fine. Wait, that's literally the only play I have in the whole thing? Everything else is... weird. I guess everything else is crossfade. Yeah, I'm literally... okay. Yeah, everything else is crossfading. That's why I only have that one anim play. Okay. Just to make sure I wasn't doing something wrong there. So let's check this out. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's playing okay. That's subtle. But it's much better than him just stopping. So if it... oh, but that's broken. Check it out. Ooh, look at that. That's terrible. Okay, so that is a bug. How do I hit that? There it is. So, Hannibal, what up, buddy? Long time no see, man. How we doing? Yeah, let's see. I don't know. I guess you have not been here since I've done the full announcement for what the whole game stuff is. Or did you catch that before? I can't refresh my memory. Otherwise, I'll bring up the speed here. Alright, so I guess what I could do is just a check. Yeah, look at that. That's terrible. Let's see. What I want to do is... oh, I stopped play. Check player. Hey-o! How you doing, man? So, yeah, in case you missed it, I spilled the beans. So the project is actually... yeah, I don't know if you can hear the sound effect there. There you go. 2 beers in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is going to get interesting. So, I don't know if you recognize that little purr there, but yeah, so this is a game based on Tribbles from Star Trek. That is the big reveal. Alright, so what I gotta figure out is... okay, so he's idle right now. Let me open this up so I can select it. Oh, crap. Now I can't trigger it. Seriously? Oh, that's the worst, man, when you have a bug, but it's hard to replicate. Oh, come on. Ah, it's frustrating. Alright. Average beers in. Alright. Yeah, see, the thing about drinking beers is that you have to take a break, which is what I'm going to do right now. Hang tight. Quick restroom break. I will be right back, alright? Hang tight, guys. Big boy beer. Alright, there you go. I'll leave you guys with some bombs. And hang tight. I'll be right back. Morty, no! Yeah, yep, here you go. There's another round for you. Alright. So I found this little bug, but now I can't replicate it. That's the worst. Really? It only wants to do it when on full screen? No. It's gonna behave now. Oh, that's the worst. Come on. Oh, I forgot. I got this. I was trying to find a good like poof kind of particle effect that I can use for when the you reveal like a section. So I had that one left over. Get that out of there for right now. Alright, so let me go back into full screen. Maybe it's something that only triggers when it's truly dedicated. Whoa. You're on the Discords? Uh-oh. Oh, you talking about like the audio stuff? I don't even have that fired up right now. Are you trying to tell me I'm supposed to be turning on? Oh, there it is. Okay. There you go. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even have my earphones handy, so I don't know if I can even hear you coming through or not. Or it's just me just talking right now. You might have to type if you can do it, because I am not equipped.
Try that sound.
Oh, there you go. Alright, I heard you a little bit.
It's a loud Tribbles.
Yeah. Alright, here you go. I'll mute him. Let's see.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't? Alright. Alright, I'm gonna kill this then. Oh, come on. It's not gonna let me. I don't want to delete the channel, I just want to leave it. Seriously? It's not gonna let me leave? Oh, come on. Discord's killing me here. I can't even leave my own stupid channel. What is up with that? Edit, hide, clone. I don't want to delete it. I just want to stop being on it. Mute. Okay, there you go. I muted it. Oh, there it is. So I just missed it. Okay. There he goes. Alright, so yeah, Discord doesn't seem to want to behave tonight. Sorry about that. Alright. So, sorry buddy. Hannibal, you're gonna have to type, man. Which might be a challenge for you in your beer state, but Discord needs a beer. There it is. Crap. Ow! Alright, so that's how I gotta do it. Only in full screen can I catch it. So I gotta have pause ready. There it is. Cool, I caught you that time. So we are in state idle. I'm at that comfort drunk level. Interesting, so it was saying... That's weird. So it went into idle, but didn't actually show it. Didn't play the animation. Need to build the tolerance. Convergence is nigh. Which con? Or is that Convergence con? Which one do they refer to? Is this something I need to look up? Or are you still recovering from that one you went to? Oh, Convergence con. Okay. Convergence con. July 4th. Hey. What do we got on this one? Let's see. Oh, in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There you go. It is much fun. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be days before I pack up and go to San Diego for Comic-Con. So, unfortunately, it's not going to fly for me. But, yeah, what... I thought, did I see something like the attendance on that? What was that? That was... More than 6,000 members. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta like get this game polished and ready for show and tell. From Battlestar Galactica. What is that? Battlestar. I haven't heard of Battlestar Galactica. What is that all about? So that's sweet. I still got a little life left in me. I thought nobody remembered that whenever I've mentioned it, right? They're kind of like, oh yeah, I think my parents like that show. Or the best. I've heard of it. Yeah, make me feel old. Okay, so play hit wall. Alright. So, for whatever reason, it didn't, looking forward to hanging out with some buddies. Nice! That's cool. Dude! Okay. Come back to animator. Hit wall should be, after it finishes playing. That's weird. And I can't replicate it, only when it's full screen. Coco showed up at my work when I was watching Godzilla. Yeah? Oh, wait, I think... Did you tell me about this one? Refresh my memory. Yeah, yeah, I think you did mention that one. Yeah, because I was making the joke how you always have that knack for, like, picking up celebrities. Alright, I mean, if I didn't know better, man, I'd assume you live in LA with the amount of celebrities you end up rubbing elbows with. That's too funny. There it is. Oh, crap. Alright. Finally got that to... Oh, man. There it is. Sweet. Alright. So it's doing nothing. Oh, and I don't have him selected right now, do I? So he's in idle state, but he's not actually playing the idle animation. Bumping into is more accurate than rubbing elbows. Oh, there you go. Clothesline him. Oh, sorry. Yeah, guess who I bumped into last week? I mean, literally. Really? It's not going to show me anything, is it? Oh, because I got the wrong thing selected, don't I? Player. idle. Oh no, don't tell me that's because I'm putting in the wrong one? Triple controller. No, that's right. Player. Oh, I'm so confused now. 10 player. Whoa! Wait a second. Wall cling. We almost had Winston. Had Winston. Winston as in... Which Winston are we referring to? I think Churchill's gone now, right? Oh, Ernie Hudson. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. So, yeah. So, you know, there's like, he's local. Okay. You know, they always have like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? I'm proud of the fact that I'm basically 1 degree of virtually everyone. So, my Ernie Hudson connection, I have 2 Ernie Hudson connections. He and I were at the same film festival when I made an animated short film, oh jeez, back in like, what was that, 98? He and I were at the same film festival together, and Once Upon a Time, right? He was in that one, playing Poseidon, and I did animation for his daughter's tentacle wrapped around, what's-her-face, Snow White's neck. So, there you go, there's my Ernie Hudson connection, you know, twofold, you know. Met him in person, got a picture with him somewhere. I gotta dig that out. He was actually a nice guy. And then we also worked on the same production. Him, of course, in front of the camera, me behind the camera. And Bill Murray is partial owner of the St. Paul Saints. Okay. I'm surprised they haven't tried hitting him up for my work. They haven't tried hitting him up for my work? Oh, to come out? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, well, Bill Murray's kind of funny. The way he just sort of like randomly shows up at stuff, right? You know, you've seen pictures of that where he just kind of like, you know, he like photobombs people and shows up at weddings and that kind of stuff, you know? I mean, normally you look at a wedding crasher and kind of go, you weren't invited, and you look at Bill Murray and kind of go, hi. Welcome. Alright, so I gotta figure out what the heck is going on here, because I've just confused myself immensely. So player controller, that's fine. Because we played Ghostbusters at the beginning of the month, and we have the Dead Don't Die playing currently. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy. I mean, I didn't get to say more than basically hello and could I have a picture, but yeah, he actually does seem like a nice guy. Time to fill up the glass again. Okay. Oh. Wait. Poor job here. 1 sec. Okay. So what I gotta figure out is which controller I actually have controlling him. Triple 10 player. So it might be the fact that I'm just physically checking the wrong one. Or modifying the wrong one. That might explain a lot, but that's still kind of scary. Triple idle. There it is, triple controller. Okay, yeah, so he's grayed out, so I am looking at the right one. There. Alright, now I'm seeing idle. Good. Now we're cooking with fire. I caught the intro of Child's Play Remake, and my inner writer was immediately calling BS. What? Rampant AI? Come on, man, that's original, you know? Yeah, I read that was like the new setup, you know? Because, you know, evil AI is the du jour for sure. Wait, oh, what the heck? Okay, it says it's playing... Look at that. Did you see? Okay, it was still showing the... Oh, because he was supposed to be walking at that point. Oh, got it. Okay. So I can check if is playing. Okay, that's how we're gonna do this. There's this thing called pacing and logic. It's kind of important. Okay, so the crossfade going into Let's see. Alright, so I think what I need to do is right now I'm just letting the hit wall animation dovetail into idle automatically, and I think what happened is that might be overriding my animation call for it to go back into the walk. So let me double check. Yeah, because we're gonna walk in here. Crossfade. Don't ask me about Toy Story 4 though. All I know is that the audio at my theater is on the point. Okay. Yeah, I was talking about it earlier. It's definitely on my to-do list. I definitely want to go see it. It sounds like Pixar finally got themselves back on, you know, back in the proper line there. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to it anytime soon, just because I got so much stuff I got to do before Comic-Con rolls around. You know, I'm down to what, 3.5 weeks now. Excuse me, and so much I still got to get cleaned up and ready for. But I hope so. We'll see if I can pull it off. I am interested in their next flick, Onward. Don't know much about that yet. I haven't checked it out. You know me, man. As I've talked about before, I avoid trailers like the plague. If it's a company like a Pixar or Disney, yeah, I know I'm gonna watch it anyways. It's right up my alley. Okay. In what sense? What is it? Just give me the elevator pitch. Okay. Walking. How about if I do? Oh, nice. Fantasy races crossed with modern times. That sounds cool. Okay. And it's called Onward. Nice. Okay, that sounds fun. So it's Cars fantasy style. That's cool. Okay, so I guess what I need to do is yeah. Not exactly there, but still, that's the one that made him the most money, right? Not off the movie, but the toys, right? That's where they got total bankrolled. Alright, so if I go hit wall, so I'm gonna take this out and I'll put a thing in here. You don't anthropomorphize cars. Oh, come on, but they're so cute, you know, and but you're fine with anthropomorphizing toys, right? You know, when your G.I. Joe gets up and starts talking to you, right? Or your little Bo Peep starts talking to you. No, not judging. That's normal, you know. That's in the realm of viability. No to little boy Bo Peep there. Or no to the toys talking. Small soldiers were AI abominations. Oh, come on, man. You're bagging on Joe Dante. Yeah. Well, I mean, AI is always an easy target. Oh, you're reversing the joke. Got it. Okay. Got it. Alright, so what happens if I do this right now? Okay, so yeah, so if I hang onto it and he just freezes. Alright. I love... you love Small Soldiers and Joe Dante. Oh, okay. Gremlins. Come on, Gremlins 3. You might be waiting a while, right? But, yeah, the Joe Dante, I like that one movie he did that had Robert Picardo in it. Oh, they have a script. Oh, really? Okay. No, that's a joke, man. He's in every... He's in everyone. He's in every Joe Dante movie, right? Inner Space. Okay. See, that's a joke. You know, that's like, you know, that I like that episode of Three's Company, the one with the misunderstanding, you know? Or like that really special episode of Gilligan's Island, the one where they almost get off the island, but then Gilligan messes it up at the last minute and they get stuck again. Yeah. That's kind of what I was shooting for there. Alright, so this works except for, so if I hang on to it and he sits, but if you let go. Okay. Oh, come on. Gilligan, little buddy. Alright, are you a Marianne or a Ginger kind of guy? That's always the important question. They need an episode where Red Foreman shows up. Red. Yep. Well, that kind of work. Let's see. Because that 70s show was in the 70s, right? So, you know, in theory, he could have actually been there. Yeah, he's sort of like the blue-collar version of Thurston Howell, I guess, right? Oh yeah, so interesting little side note, that 70s show. So the kid that played the super young version of Ashton Kutcher in that 70s show, is like 1 or 2 episodes where they had like a flashback and you saw the young version of Ashton Kutcher. He's now the guy that's actually playing Spock in Discovery, which is kind of interesting shift, but I think he actually does a really good job. I was really impressed. I don't know if you watched Discovery. Season 1 was uneven. It got better as it went along, but Season 2 I thought was actually fantastic. I really enjoyed it. You can make the argument of whether or not it really is Star Trek, but, you know, for me, the irony of the fact that I'm watching Star Trek Discovery while working on a video game starring Tribbles. There's something kind of funny about that to me. Before his days of scraping by as a drug-dealing cop murderer in old Detroit. You're an Orville man? Orville kind of runs hot and cold for me. Orville's kind of strange where it's like some episodes they feel like they actually want to like continue the plot, you know, and they want to be like the new Star Trek, and then sometimes they just kind of go, oh no, forget it, let's just be stupid, right? Let's just, you know, let's just be dumb, you know. And I don't know, you know, when it's on, I really enjoy Orville, but when it's off, it's just like, you know what, I'm like this close to just not watching another episode. It's got a good balance. The character-wise, I think so, but I think the further they get away from the humor, which I think frequently isn't funny to me, and they focus on just being more grown-up, I think the show's better, in my opinion. We must return to the dance. Yeah. But yeah, no, the porn, the porn episode where, you know, like the virus on the ship, it's just like that's just, that was just cringe-worthy, man. Is Bortus is silly, I am sold. Yeah, the Bortus and the holodeck porn thing, that one was just like, you know what, this is not working for me at all. Nah, that's my 2 cents. That was a dumb episode, I'll give you that. See, I'm bringing you around, man. And that wasn't the only one. Where the doc starts dating the robot, that one just kind of came across as awkward. I mean, I liked the idea of it, you know, and then how it kind of progresses, but it just, yeah, generally speaking, yeah, you like that one? I like the idea of it. It just, to me, it came off as really awkward for the most part. I mean, I like where it ended up going, right? You know, when we end up revealing the true story of those characters, right? And they go to his planet. That was fun. It could use more build-up. Yeah, exactly. It just sort of feels like it comes out of left field, you know. It's like she's been with him all the time, and then suddenly she turns to him and she's like, you know. Wait, what? Okay. Alright, so I gotta fix this. I guess what I could do is put... Let's come on back to him. Come on, animation. Really? You're not gonna give that to me? Okay. And so under hit wall, we'll add an animation event. And then we'll call it finish hit wall. I'll just put it at the bottom. Put it right here and go void. Finish hit wall. Whoa! Tab is not my friend there. Hey, neither is that. There he goes. Alright, finish hit wall. Oh, I'm gonna make it public. Alright, so I gotta detect if the anime is playing. No. Yeah, it gets kind of finicky. Unity does when it talks about if a thing is actually playing or not. Alright. Let's see, how do I... Say, if anim state is not equal to idle, how about that? If... Really? You're not going to give me that one? If he's not equal to idle, then leave it. So will there be a Floby boss? Huh? Floby as in like the thing for your hair? Dude, if that's what you're referencing, you totally, totally lost me on that one. No, I'm not sure why I would have a Floby boss in a video game starring Tribbles. Yeah, that one might require some clarification. A Floby. Oh. Well, no, if I'm gonna do that, I might as well just like have an enemy that like has a giant container of Nair, right? And you're just like trying to hose the Tribble down with Nair. How about that? Floby. Jeez. That's a blast from the past. That's a... You gotta be like 40 or above to even get that reference, I think. Nair's not fun. Nair for short shorts? If you bear for short shorts? Alright. So, if we're not equal to idle... Let's see. But he's still walking. Crap. So this is one where the Corgi engine is kind of overriding me. It's making it a little more convoluted than it should be. Let's see. Let me check this. I don't think I can even do this because of the way that mechanim works. Is anim playing? No, that's not going to help. Animation is playing. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Sweet. Unless you replace the lava with Nair. And it just gets more bald as you go along. So, yeah, if you get totally bald, you lose. Evil Greg? Evil Greg? As in Greg Brady? Dude, now you're totally losing me. Wait. How many beers are you on now? Evil Greg? Oh, Final Fantasy? Okay. Yeah, apparently you don't know me too well. I'm not an RPG player at all, man. I have a simple methodology. When the player attacks, right? If attack requires you to pick up the joystick and actually make the attack, then I'm going to play the game. If the attack requires you to press a button and tell the character to attack and you sit back and watch, I ain't playing it. So, sorry dude. Final Fantasy stuff, right by me, man. True confessions, you will never see me make an RPG. If so, then something broke. I've been abducted by aliens. No. Wait, no, that's not the case, or quest called Hildebrandt Quests. Alright, well, you're gonna have to explain it to me, because I don't know jack about Final Fantasy. Sorry, guy. Not an RPG player. Alright, so that's not what I want. Let's just say... Alright, so... that is right? Oh, it's animator, yeah. Wait, no, wait. Animation, animator. Animator versus... Alright, so I guess what I need is... Alright, so I guess I gotta toss this in here as well. Serialize. Call it my animation, do it that way. Right. Right. Is it messed up downstairs? Is it gonna hate it? Let's see. Yeah. That's what I thought. There you go. You wander around in these super silly anime-esque quests where the quest designers have seriously gone full-on silly with Gary's mod levels. Oh! Okay. Got it. WTF with the character facial animations. They are a treat. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, Gary's mods, man. Talk about a stroke of genius in that creation, man. That one, I think that one still makes some money even after all these years. All right. Is playing. Let's see. Oh wait, if I do it this way, is playing. Can be used liking method. Oh, really? You happy with that now? All right. If that's not, then play idle. And yeah, okay. In theory this works, yeah, but there's no animation playing, then for God's sakes play idle animation. Play idle. Right? And are you happy now? Yes. Of course he's happy. So let's come back into animation and add an animation event to hit wall on his last frame. That, and then of course we're going to tell it, no, not jump ending. What the heck? Uh-oh. Oh, I got it on him, don't I? Triple animation. There it is, jump ending. Okay. PC script, player controller. Oh crap. Okay, I can do it this way. I'll just borrow this. They are a treat. Player control. Alright, so let's come down here and borrow this bad boy. And put it under here. Oh crap. PC script. One of the gags is quest is that he refers to Gigamesh as Greg. This is Gigamesh. Oh, okay. So it just arbitrarily names him Greg. Nice. Yeah, he looks like a Greg. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, there's a Greg there. That's pretty funny. All right, so sprite runners, that's fine. All right. That away. So in theory I can do this. And, oh, I gotta make it public, don't I? Right here. Which I know is redundant with the serialized, but okay, so now he's happy. So yeah. And on play idle. There it is. Now he should take control. Whoa. Por qué? There. Okay. Now, come back to this. Should have 2 to choose from. I do. Finish hit wall. Excuse me. Okay, so let me nuke the function here because that serves no purpose now since it's over in the other script. Alright, so now, if I got this right, he should hit the wall, and then, even though I hold it down, he should go into idle. And he doesn't. Until I let go. Oh! And then he goes, like, endlessly into it. Because he's already contacting it. Oh, that's just really annoying. Really hate that. Animation. Right, so wait, let me just change it to idle. How about that? Player controller. Let's see. If I change that, it's probably just gonna overwrite me, isn't it? Let's see. States. Oh crap. Yeah, this character script is driving that. Crap. Oh, crap. Stupid corgi plugin is kind of overriding my choice here. Again. Alright, let's come at it a different way. We'll take that out. So is the state changing or is it not? Dog alarm goes off again. Alright, yeah, I definitely have to up at 6 tonight, but I still got, hopefully, excuse me, hopefully I'll get this figured out before I run out of time tonight. Let's see. Okay, so we hit wall. Let's just do it this way. Let's see if I can. He's doing that. I'm waiting for my buddy to get Final Fantasy 14 so I can give him his birthday present. Okay. Something tied into the game, of course, right? There it is. Idle. So he's playing idle, but it's... Oh, he's in the idle state. You pre-ordered the new expansion for him. Oh, sweet. Okay. Wait, so how long... Wait, when did the game come out? I thought it just came out recently. Don't tell me it just, like, came out and they've already, like... created the expansion, because that kind of implies that. Oh, okay. Oh, the online game. Gotcha. What's the one that they just did they redid then? Told you, man. My Final Fantasy knowledge. 14 has been out for a number of years. Yeah, since 2010. So what's the one they're just doing the update on then? Yeah, RPG, man. My knowledge is nothing. They are working on the remaster of 7 and 8. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alright, so I guess 7, 14, there's a multiple in there. Maybe that's why I did the connection. Alright. So if I don't do the hit wall, if he doesn't do the transition... Alright, so he's hit wall. 7 is the big one, which they are going the episodic route with. Oh, okay. That's cool. Alright. So, here we go. He hits the wall, and he's finished his hit wall. But then he could still... When he finishes... Have it play idle. How about that? Maybe I can get away with that. Finish hit wall. So let me put that one back in. Alright. Ah, it's so convoluted. Yeah. Let's see. Really? Alright, so then say if you know what? Screw this. What happens if I hard code this? Kill this crap. That serves no purpose. If I hard code it, let's see if it will revert back. There's idle. And there, what the heck? I guess because he's still in the walking state the whole time. Alright. So then let's just check. Fix update. Kind of a hack idea here I have, but if my animation, and then this one is capital because I'm checking individual. If that is not the case, then by God, make it that case. The beer wants out. Dude, this one is worth typing. There you go. That is officially TMI. Thanks for sharing, man. Thank you. Okay. So if it's not, then I just say I'm just gonna say play. Just go straight into it because it should be. If he's walking and it's not playing, then just play the stupid thing. Let's see if that fixes it. So it's, I mean, it's like it's still in the same state, but I want it to play that animation. Oh, but I gotta do it. Okay, so so if we hit wall, so we have hit wall. Else, all right. So if we hit wall, we hit the wall. Oh wait, no, I don't want it there. There. So if we haven't hit the wall. Okay. Hits. Ugh. Crap. So I don't know, because if I do it, if I let go and hit it again, because he's already making contact, so it doesn't register because the contact has already been made. That's annoying. So because the contact establishes there, and if I let go and check, now it acts like it hasn't made contact, even though it's still contact. So it's the on contact versus on collision versus on stay collision, and I don't think there's any way I can differentiate that. So the is colliding left is only a legit check when it first hits, I guess. When it goes into that state, it checks it. So oh god, that's so convoluted. I mean, all I'm trying to do, and maybe I'm just like obsessing over something that's not a big deal, it's just I want it to boom. Not do that. I want it to do that, but if I let go and hit it again, he'll keep digging into it. But if I come off and hit it, then he stops. I mean, I could do something where if he comes off of it, it pushes him off. Yeah. Nah. I guess I can let it be. Because if he hit it the first time, then he stops. But if you do it a second time, then that's... Okay, you know what? I'm fine with that. Here's the rationale. If you hit it once, boom, he goes, ow, and stops. But if you keep digging into it, fine. You want to dig into it. So actually, I think I can leave that like it is and make that a legitimate choice. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Hit it, it stops. Keep pushing, he digs. There. Yeah, I think that's legit. That's actually, yeah, that's actually okay. Alright, so I'm going to just mark that off the list and say that is fine. That's exactly what I wanted to do. It is now. Okay. That's good. Alright, so we took care of that. Let me mark that off my list. That. sec. Alright, so now let's go back. Where am I at? I got a little more time left. Try and squeeze in one little Glommer Squish animation. I think I can pull it off. And one sec. Alright, let's bounce back into Maya. He's done, so let's go back into just go up 2 folders, go over to Glommer, and see if I can actually take Squish and I do not get flushed. I win again, don't I? Okay. Let's see. So if it's in the front, let me see if I can actually recycle this one and just make some of the stuff in the front go towards the back. Yeah, any encounter with the toilet you can walk away from is considered a victory. Is that what you're saying? Alright. So I think I'm just going to recycle this. Alright. So the same thing, I did a really poor job on the rig here. Yes. Yeah, so I got these controls down here. I have nothing selectable controls up here. Once again, you know, if I was doing a real animation gig and a rigger handed me this rig, I would tell him take it back and let me know when you finish it. But since it's just me, I can just deal with it. Front left. So in this case, it goes boom. Like so. Denied. Alright. So, let's see. Front leg. Shoot, where's the hammer on that? I've already forgotten. Front leg top. Where did I... Right. Oh, body. It's in here. Here it is. Leg front left. Yeah. So it's gonna go that way. And then front left. We'll go booyah. Really? Why is he underneath? There it goes. So instead of going that way, he's gonna come back here. Oops. Come like this. I think I'll push it further there. Alright. Left. It's gonna come down like so. There you go. Front left. Oh. Just delete that key. Go straight. Let's see. That one would be always up. Alright. Front left. So delete that key. Push onto this one. Yeah. Yeesh. Yeah, and I mean, even though it's breaking, like the depth and all that kind of stuff, it won't matter because the sprites get parented to it and the sprites are layered correctly. So right here it looks absolutely terrible, but not as much of an issue. Alright, but here's what we're going to do. Front left. Pull them up to there. Yeah, that's still going to go that direction. You know what? Okay, so I won't have him raise up like I do in the other thing. I'll just have him come straight down. Front left. Immersion ruined? Boom. Alright, so Yeah, you want your money back now. Oh, whoops. No, it just broke in here. It'll be fine once I move it over. This is like just building the facade, you know. But when it's dropped in there for showtime, it'll be ready to rock and roll. I think front left. I think I'll put it down there. Demands restoration. Get the super glue. Super glue. No, man, duct tape. Super glue. 101 uses. Did you ever see FX with what was that, Brian Brown? Whoa, where did he go? Oh, he's way up there. Okay. Yep. Love that movie, man. Haven't seen it in years. I haven't seen it since I worked in the visual effects industry. I mean, that was practical effects, so I'm not sure if I watched it now, if I would be too kind to it. But yeah, I actually had a friend of mine that did makeup effects for that first one. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a good friend of mine who I hope to actually wrangle into this too. A guy named Doug Drexler who worked on like a bunch of the Star Trek series over the years. He and I worked together on Battlestar Galactica, so I'm trying to bring him on board, just if nothing else, just as a creative consultant, so I can name drop him. But yeah, Jerry Orbach, right? Yeah, he did the makeup, pyro effects, and the makeup for the Jerry Orbach towards the end of that movie. The man that wanted to put baby in the corner. Let's see. Curves. Color filter fixed. Call him up. I got a new starship. That's right. I did. I talked to him, and he's gonna help me out, but he's a busy guy. There's still time. But yeah, I helped him do some VR stuff recently, so yeah, there's a little payback waiting there. Yeah, that's good. Poof. 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 That's good. All right, and then let me save that. So front right. He's not going to go that way. He's just going to immediately go back. Could tuck him down there, like so. Whoa. Yeah. Did you tell him Starship? I did actually. He's actually designed a bunch. He does like a bunch of calendars, right, where he generates starships for the calendar. But I mean, the trick, of course, is that, and he understands, is the fact that I can't do true Star Trek. So it has to be a Star Trek-esque. It has to be a ship that looks like it's in that universe, but not an actual Federation ship. If I do a real Federation ship, then the lawyers come knocking on my door. Yeah, there it goes. Boom. Okay, that's gonna go pretty quickly. Just gotta make the eye go the other direction, and I have a front squish working nicely. And I may play with the body and make it so it's like this part still sticks up more, and then like this is squished because that's where the Tribbles physically landing on them. I'll come at that in a second here. Rear. Where are we at? Ooh, 527, getting close. Oh, yeah, this might go really fast here. This behaves. Self-propelled frisbee it is until Boomer snags the bee. Okay. Okay. Self-propelled frisbee it is until Boomer snags the bee. Dude, that's too obscure for me, man. You might have to clarify that one for me. Oh. Shoot. What if I just cheat him down? Oh, maybe not that way, but this way? Like that? That might work.
We're getting housed here, guys. I say we bring in
Is that Jake Busey? Okay, I'm not even sure what I just watched. Aside from Jake Busey. One of the best scenes. Oh, PCU! Oh! Oh, God, I haven't PC... Yeah, Jon Favreau, right? Yeah, Jon Favreau, oh, shoot, what's his face? Entourage. Yeah, Jeremy Piven, thank you. Yeah, Jeremy Piven. There you go. Yeah, that movie was funnier than it should have been, honestly, but I'd forgotten that Jake was in there. Alright, so I'm gonna like like that. Needs Hauser. Was Kevin David Spade David Spade was in there too, wasn't he? Wasn't he like one of the jerk fraternity members? Okay. Yes, he's coming back to me. Yeah, I watched it once years ago. Secondary antagonist, got it. Well, that's pretty much David Spade's existence, I think. That's basically been his entire career, right? Okay, so let me play here. Let me try and see if I can... shoot. Yeah. Wait, oh, was it, or did I just actually mess with the body? Oh, I did. Sweet. So if I do that, and can I mess with it that way? No, it's gonna really piss it off. I need that one. Alright, so gotta mess with him. Good. And then I come back here, and then I can mess with the scale, and it won't get PO'd. Like that. I think I got him keen. My creative manager about that one. Love that flick. I think I got him keen to doing a RoboCop movie party. Now that would be sweet. Thank you for your cooperation. Dick, you're fired. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Murphy, I'm all messed up. They can fix you. Let's see. I think 13 is enough. I can just cut it off there. Oops. Alright. Come with me or there will be trouble. He was telling me that one of our distributors has a lot of Criterion flicks. And my first question was, do they have RoboCop? Alright. Crap, I don't remember if... I think I have to grab everyone like that. Let's see if that works. File, export selection. That's Tribble. Let's go back up to Bomber. Okay. Glummer squished front. So let's change that. Because the Criterion cut is the best cut of that film. Oh, so they have like all the gory stuff, like when he takes the knife and he like pulls it out and chunks come out. And then like when he gets shot up, they just show it in slow motion and just like the barrage of bullets, right? I think that's the two main things, wasn't it? Those two things were the ones they had to cut. I think those are the big no-nos. There might have been other stuff too, but I think those are the two they had to cut to not get the X rating for violence. Which is funny because if you looked at RoboCop in this day and age, it would probably get like a PG-13 rating, you know. The first Ed 209 scene and Murphy's death scene. Okay, but no, I think there's also I thought it was like when he it comes out and he guts the guy and pulls it out. I thought they had to like, I thought there was like a more graphic version where more stuff was shooting out of his neck. Or maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know. Okay, so let's go Glummer. There's more blood when he, yeah, okay. There is more blood in that one. Gotcha. Alright, so attacking, squash middle, good. So then we go squash front, duplicate. Oh shoot, not yet. No, it's just one, okay. Duplicate and call this squish front, like so. There. Glummer. Squish middle. All right. Just to quickly test this. Squish front. See if this plays correctly. Murphy's death scene is fascinating for tonal analysis. Yeah. I remember it, yeah. It's just like, yeah, him just like an old Peckinpah movie. Okay, good. So that's playing like it should. So now we just have to figure out which one to play. Let's see. It's amazing how it shifts with just a few frames and angles. Yeah. Yeah, it's by far my favorite Verhoeven film. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really much of a fan of his others. There's not much. I mean, I can't really think of anything. Yeah. See, and Total Recall bugs the crap out of me, man. I mean, the MacGuffin in that movie is such an absurdity, right? See you at the party, pal. Well, it just, I mean, you know, the linchpin, the whole linchpin of the movie is kind of like, you know, we'll just let it sit there, right? You know, totally accessible, even though we're afraid that it's going to destroy everything we've worked for, right? And it'll bring us down, but we're just going to leave it there, right? You know, we won't like seal it up with cement. We won't like put guards in front of it, do anything. We'll just let it sit there and just, you know, let anyone stroll up and just bring everything down. Dude, that just ruins it for me. That absolutely, you know, we're gonna spend all our time focusing on stopping him in every convoluted way we can think of versus kind of going, why don't we just, you know, make it so you can't get to it, blow up the bridge, do something, you know? And for me, that damages the whole movie, right? I mean, just that's such, to me, that's just such lazy writing. You know? And also the fact that Schwarzenegger's head fits inside her head with room to spare. You know? I mean, like, effects-wise, it looked pretty cool, right? Since that was all, you know, prosthetic stuff, but... yeah, Qui-Gon, you must give him L, right? And then even the visual effects guy, right? So when he's like, you know, when he and the girl are on there going, right? Their eyes are bulging out, right? The effects guy himself said, yeah, they were only supposed to like use that for like a brief second, but then they hold on it for like what, like 45 minutes of them like writhing around, right? And the visual effects guy is kind of going, yeah, I was thinking they're just used like that much. But it's like, you know, I mean, you know, their bodies have expanded, their eyes are physically out of their head, right? And then the air comes and they just kind of go, oh, okay, I'm much better now. Wait, no, you do not come back from that. No, sorry. You don't just like, the body doesn't like recompress back to where it was before, and the eyes don't magically like slip back into place. No. Sorry. Crying foul. Throwing the flag on that. Alright. Squished. Dear. Okay. Oh crap, I don't have player position here, do I? 80s logic. Ronnie Cox must die. Well, that was 70s logic too, right? That goes all the way back to Deliverance, right? I mean, unless his name is Bogomel, Ronnie Cox has to die. No, sorry, that's not even that. Well, oh yeah, he comes close to dying. If he's Bogomel, he doesn't die, but he gets really, really close to it. And then we get introduced to his attractive daughter, who shares my last name, by the way. No association. But yeah, you know, most of the movies, Mr. Cox doesn't make it that far. He doesn't survive to the end credits. What? You have to watch that film, Deliverance or the Beverly Hills Cop 1 or 2? Oh, Deliverance? Yeah, dude. Yeah, as a person that was born and raised in Atlanta, I still think that's an amazing movie, right? I mean, that's kind of a touchy subject with a lot of, you know, Georgia natives, but absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's just a fantastic film. Right. See, now that's a horror film. That's how you do a horror film, right? You know, like that one, or the amount of people referencing that flick kills it for me. Well, yeah, but I mean, that's like, if you look at a film that was like way back in the day, right? And then, you know, you complain kind of going, oh, that's so fake, man. Everyone, yeah, that's such a done storyline. Everyone's done that. It's like, no. They did it first, you know? So yeah, it's kind of difficult when everyone has truly referenced that a million ways. But still, I mean, aside from the obvious lines that you hear a million times over, there's still so much fantastic element to that movie, right? It's just so great. You know, and Burt Reynolds, man, absolutely at his finest in that film. Alright, so fun thing I learned the other day, the Warriors villain is T-Bird in The Crow. Yeah, Warriors, come out and play, yay. Yep. Yeah, and apparently he's a really nice guy too. Walter Hill was talking about how he's this super personable guy, but he just always finds himself getting typecast as the psycho villain. I mean, he does it really, really well. And then the little bottles too apparently was his creation. You know, Walter Hill is a smart enough guy to go, yeah, that works. You know. Yeah, love Walter Hill, man. Absolutely. I mean, not everything he's done has been fantastic. You know. You know, we can forget about The Assignment. You know, but he's just done so many great films over the years. Southern Comfort. There you go, man. You want to see Walter Hill at his best, man. Southern Comfort is sort of like an updated version of Deliverance. If you don't want to watch Deliverance because it's been ruined for you, then dude, seriously, go watch Southern Comfort. That movie is outright brilliant, man. It was Walter Hill Tribute Month. You know what? come to think of it, I think we did probably talk about it back then. But yeah, love me some Walter Hill, right? Absolutely. Right? I mean, come on. He wrote the script to Alien, right? Come on, man. You know, and also Alien 3, but that's not his fault because he was writing it in a hotel room, a page at a time, so that one I'll give him some slack on. We played that last month. Alien, or, yeah. Oh, man. Love that movie. Love that soundtrack. Everyone wrote Alien 3. Everyone except the director. You know, whatever happened to that guy? That, David Finn something. Yeah, I don't know if you ever amounted to much. Alright, so I gotta figure out. Yeah. Yep. I had the pleasure of working on a commercial directed by David Fincher. Yeah, it scared the hell out of me, man. That guy intimidates because he came from a VFX background, so yeah. Brief. You know, there, I told you, man. 1 degree of separation. There you go. So, me and Fincher. Couldn't pick me out of lineup, of course. He needs to hurry with Mindhunter Season 2. Okay. You know, I'm biding time until Expanse Season 4 comes out. You know, and then I'll disappear. Let's see. 2 minutes. I guess I can make it. Okay. No. Seriously, I don't have... I need to finish Season 3. Yeah. I don't think I watched any of Mindhunters. Fine. Oh, I do have player. Sweet. Okay, I can do it that way. Alright, you know what? I only got about 15 minutes to go, but Mother Nature calls. I'm gonna duck out one more time real quick. The mist in black and white. Nice. Alright, hang tight. I'll be right back.
It up a bit. That's right. Go on, get your knuckles wet. Swing it a little harder than that, I bet. That's right. That's right. I'm gonna take this side, you take the right. We'll give up now. We'll fight, fight, fight. Powerward stun, then powerward smite. Turn out the lights, powerward good night. We almost got him. Look, we almost got him. He's going down. He's almost there. He's almost halfway there. He's there. Hold on. Oh, you're kidding me. What? What? Oh, that was cheap. He was cheesing me. Turn it off.
Alright. Home streak here. Yeah, oh yeah, I want to play the Mist in black and white. Yeah, that's a dark movie, man. That's a nasty, nasty dark movie. Alright, so I do have player, so let me come back here. That's good enough. Alright, so if player transform position X minus game object transform position X absolute is less than, oh shoot, I gotta figure out what that actually should be, shouldn't 0. So we'll say 1.25 less than 25. Alright, man. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here in about 12 minutes myself. But yeah, man, thanks for coming by. Good to see you again. Enjoy the movies, Hawk, as always. Have yourself a great weekend, buddy. And hopefully you'll make it back next week. I'll be around, plugging away on the Tribble stuff. Alright, man. Take care of yourself. Alright. See you on Monday. Cool. I'll be here. Adios. See you on Monday. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up here real quick. I just want to do this one last thing. And then I'm going to sign off. I have to run off and do some stuff myself here. And I'm pushing my luck because I still got some crap I got to take care of. If it's less than 1.25, then do middle. Play the middle squish animation. Yeah. Otherwise, play front. And I'll have to do a back squish animation later on, which I'll get to later. Like so. Alright, let's try that. Alright. So what I'm trying to do is just have a separation. So depending on where you land on the glommer. Let me go full screen here. Like so. Alright, so let him walk back. Squish in the middle. Alright. And then let's try and see if we can get in front of him. Like so. Crap! Nope. Oh, you know what? Let me do it this way. Let me figure out what that distance is. I may have to be really tight on that. Or less than 1 or 0.75. Distance. Alright. So, you happy now? Nope, I need one more parenthesis in there. Now he's happy. Alright, good. So, don't have much time for trial and error here. Let's just see. Like that. Boom. Oh, there it is. So that was the front side. Good. Alright, but I also reduced it by like half of a unit. I went from 1.25. So, crap. Yeah, see, that's too much now. So that should have been like a center squish. So let me change that to 1. Alright. I can tweak this later too, but it'd be nice to be able to finish this. Bring the weed to close with this. So in the middle. Crap. No, let me check what the actual value was. Hold on. That was 1. Oh, it's just over that too. So let me try 1.15. You know what? And tell you what, I'll leave the full screen off so I can get the console to pop up here immediately. Okay, so este. Alright, so it's hating that, but okay. I'll figure that out later. Okay, there. That was a center squish. That makes sense because it's like right in the middle there. Alright. Ah, see, that was middle. That should not have been middle. That was one. Really? Sure didn't feel like it. Wait, the distance was there. It should have been. That makes no sense. That should have been a middle squish. Okay, that was right. Come on. Middle. All right. Oh crap, and that was still middle. Yeah. It's a shallow line. I mean, I'm probably nitpicking over something that's not that big a deal, but yeah, okay. Oops. Thought I hit it. Yeah, that's still, that was, wow. Alright, that felt like middle, but it's, okay, so I gotta put this back up to 1.1. Middle stopped playing. Yeah, that felt like it should have been not middle. Ugh. Okay, I don't want to clear unplayed. Alright. Wow. Really? Seems like every way I adjusted it just feels wrong. Alright. Alright, see if I can get a middle squish. Ow! Alright, can't do anything here. Nope. Distance. Oh, something's totally wrong there. That can't be right. No, they weren't. Okay. Maybe I'm not getting the proper. Okay. So I think I'm getting the wrong thing here. Oh, I am, aren't I? That's not even the right. I'm calling game object, but it's the sprite enemy object. That's why we're having such a headache here. Sprite enemy object. Idiot. Alright. Shoot. I'm supposed to stop here, but it'd be nice to get this working correctly. There. Yeah. And here. Boom. There it is. Alright, so that was it. I was referencing the wrong object for the glommer. So that was my mistake. Do one more just to prove myself that I'm not crazy here. And then I'm going to wrap up. Oops. Oh, come on. Trying to rush it. There it is. Okay. Sweet. There you go. And then I got those errors, but I figured that out later on. Alright, guys. So, made some good progress there. Got a couple things knocked out. I'm going to keep plugging away this weekend. But I gotta bounce out of here right now. So, anyways, thanks everyone for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, especially the people who are saying hello. I love just chatting with you guys because, you know, working like I do, like a one-man army, you tend to talk to yourself too much. So it's nice to have you guys to talk to. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. I'll be back here Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just plugging away on my Tribbles game. Hopefully, actually, I'll get a WebGL version up before too long, so you guys can play it yourselves and offer feedback on the gameplay. Feel free to tell me that it's amazing. I like that. Alright, that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next week. Alright, until then, have a good weekend, and adios.